Hello, and welcome to the North Coast Journal Preview. This is a show where we take a look at what's coming in this week's edition of the North Coast Journal. I am your host, Tanya Schrum, and we are joined by the illustrious North Coast Journal's managing editor, Jennifer Fumiko Cahill. Welcome.
Hey, Tanya. Big week.
A huge week. A stacked week.
Stacked.
Dare I say.
Double and triple pattied stacked week.
With all the fixins.
Indeed. For it is, once again,
Burger Week. And Jennifer, you have the rundown of what the offerings are.
I do. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So, I will start by saying again, just to be real clear of how all of this works. I have no part in choosing what goes into Burger Week. It is a thing that our marketing department puts together, and it's a way to make a food event happen in a dispersed fashion. So it allows, instead of like, okay, if you were going to market a special burger across the county and like draw excitement for it, it's really hard for an individual restaurant to do this, but everybody sort of crowding together and making it sort of a festival week. Now we have, oh my God, this year we have 35 participating restaurants that all have special burgers that aren't normally on the menu. And this is your 10-day period to go and check them out. And we always love this because it is, again, it reminds us of a place where you're like, oh, geez, I haven't been out there in so long. And you're like, oh, that's right, Beaupre has a restaurant. Or like, you just sort of are reminded, or you get to see the creativity of whoever's in the kitchen doing something they don't normally do. Some places are burger places that are go-to burger places. And then some of them are places where you're like, oh, I did not realize that they had a burger, or I did not realize they were into that. And girl, they all are. So, Moonstone Grill has a burger. Of course, No Brand Burger Stand has a burger. Of course, Pineapple Express, do they always have a burger? I don't think they do. That's new. The Pub at the Creamery, all these places they're all doing things. And there are some trends. You want to talk trends?
I definitely saw a few trends rising.
You may recall a few years back, pineapple was a big thing. And then pineapple went the way, as they say, of the Nehru collar and disappeared. But now pineapple, like high-waisted jeans, have returned. Oh wait, is it low-waisted jeans? I can't keep up.
I think we're back to high-waisted.
Are we back to high-waisted? Good for you, ladies. And gentlemen. So pineapple is back. Of course, Pineapple Express has a pineapple on its burger, but so does the Double A burger. So does, and I'm looking, there are a couple of them. I'll get back to that. As I said, Pineapple Express, Double A, who else has it? Oh, the Time Out restaurant and sports bar, that's where Tres Picosas used to be.
Oh, right.
There's a lot of pineapple happening. And
Thai flair.
And Thai flair. There are a couple places that have some Thai pickles on there, a Thai sauce, including a Thai peanut sauce.
And that's where I was very like, I don't know, Jennifer. I don't know if I can turn my favorite Thai peanut sauce out onto a burger, but it's got to taste good.
There is only one way to find out.
Yeah.
I remember that the peanut butter burger over at the Plaza Grill was something that people were into. I was too busy with the brie and hot jelly burger, and I never tried it, but I am told that it was a thing. And there's a Thai peanut one, and then there's another one that's a PB&J.
Yeah, PB&J.
Where is it? Oh, I'm like flipping through this menu. It is absolutely, I'm lost. I'm lost in it. There's just too much. But there are a couple of peanut butter ones. There's one that has Spam on it at, again, that the Pineapple Express one is freaking crazy. Can I just read it to you? It's panko encrusted deep fried Spam with sweet chili aioli, brown sugar brulee, pineapple slices, homemade kimchi optional. What is even happening?
Is homemade kimchi ever really optional though? I think you're getting the kimchi. Yeah.
Also, Papa Wheelies. There's a pun in the name, and there's a pun in the burger. The brie here now. We love a pun.
I love a pun. Always.
I know. And that one has brie cheese, pepper jelly, shishito peppers. It is not the only shishito pepper item, by the way, because there is also the Pacific Rim burger over at Wild Berries, which has shishito peppers, and they're blistered, by the way, pickled cabbage, ponzu aioli, and on a wheat bun. And I'm like, I don't know about the wheat bun, but then I thought maybe because there's all that sauciness, maybe it can hold up to a wheat bun. Most eye-catching sauce has got to go to Six Rivers Brewery, which has a pink blackberry aioli. And they're doing a turkey burger, which someone has pointed out is a bold choice.
I agree.
And sauce is a big one this year. There are a lot of sauces. And as we were discussing before coming on air, to quote the poet Gucci Mane, without sauce, a man is lost, but that same man could got lost in the sauce.
I think we can all feel that in our souls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And if you go to Ramon's, there is a bulldog slaw with avocado, 7-ounce beef patty, cabbage, carrot, cucumber, gochujang aioli. I mean, sweet potato fries as an option. Are sweet potato fries option? Just get the sweet potato fries.
Just get them.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of sauce. There's a Crab Mac Surf and Turf burger over at the Smalls Fusion Comfort. I don't even understand what is happening on this bun, but it looks like, I'm not sure. It looks like one of those fried mac and cheese patties, but I'm not 100% sure. So somebody investigate, go eat it, get back to me. Things are spicy. Things are smothered. There's a lot of smothered burger up in here. There's a Humboldt Bay burger that has hot Cheetos on it. I see you, hot Cheeto gang. Humboldt Bay Burgers has you covered. The Gallagher's Dublin Double Oktoberfest burger. Are you ready?
Bring it on.
Is everybody ready? 7-ounce Angus beef patty, Havarti cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, corned beef, Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, Thousand Island on a Bavarian-style pretzel bun with fries or German potato salad. That's a lot going on.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, it was Cap's Food Shack that has the PB&J burger with like frizzled onions. That one looks crazy. The Lost Coast Brewery one has like 5 different animals in it. It's got elk.
The turducken of burgers.
Right? It is extremely... We're having some serious turduckenage here. This one is called the Head of the Game burger. Again, puns. And it has elk, Wagyu beef, boar meat, fried pickles, garlic aioli, cheddar cheese, sweet potato bun. That's a lot happening.
Nobody needs to tell their home doctor anything about what's going to happen in the next 10 days and your cholesterol.
Right. This is between you and your server. Nobody needs to know about this. But there are some giant ones. I think the favorite one in terms of the name is called the Sacrilicious. And everybody in the office gathered around to look at it. It's at the pub at the Creamery. And it is 2 3-ounce smash burger patties, right? That's the ones where they're pressed and they kind of get crispy at the edges. Very like, if you like the crispy, salty edge, that's your burger. Smashed with onions, grilled with American cheese, and stacked and topped with bacon, onion jam, and latkes for bun. So instead of a bread bun, you have potato latkes, which are, if you haven't had a latke,
what's wrong?
this is really, yeah,
Come
what's
on.
wrong, but also this is a very important time in your life because you're about to have your first latke.
You need to go get some sacrilegious on, yeah.
It's a little shredded potato pancake. It's the thing that all hash browns want to grow up to be. So consider that. But they quote Homer Simpson saying, "I know I shouldn't eat thee, but sacrilegious." It's a wild burger week coming up, and am I a little scared? Maybe, but also excited. And I don't want to piece out on the burgers without mentioning the Apollo's Snack Attack, which is at Trinidad Bay Eatery. And it is a half-pound Foggy Bottoms beef patty with Cypress Grove olive chev, balsamic glaze, fried sopressata. My husband loves a little fried sopressata or a little fried salami, any of the salumi family fried and put onto things is always great. Lemon dressed arugula and house-made basil aioli on a grilled seeded brioche bun. And this one, I mean, it's a good looking burger, but also this one has a little bit of a higher price tag, but proceeds from the burger go to support the child of the chef at Trinidad Bay Eatery who has leukemia. And so you will really be doing good with your dollars while you're partaking for Burger Week. And it's kind of lovely to see somebody taking the opportunity to do some good with their burger. And, well, now you kind of have to eat it, right?
Well, and it's funny that I was telling you before the show, it looks like Humbrew's was as crazy as I was ready to get.
Oh,
So
yeah.
maybe I got trivia this week. We'll have to check it out.
Oh, absolutely. Let me look at the Humber's one again. Oh, you know what? This is a solid burger.
It's super solid, but it's definitely more in my wheelhouse of extravagance on top of a burger.
Okay, but don't underestimate the impact of Havarti dill cheese.
Indeed.
French fried pickles, Havarti dill cheese. I mean, this is a pickle person burger. If you are in it for the dill, this is the one. And it also has a house-made spread of roasted garlic aioli, which, shout out to roasted garlic for being nutty and delightful. Like myself. But yes, there is much to cover. And also this year, you have to check the pullout in the paper this week or check online. We will be voting. We are turning it into a contest because it's always a competition anyway. And you can vote for most creative, best use of local ingredients, and best burger. There are trophies.
We already have our best name.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of picked out, so.
I know, sacrilegious, right? But, or Brie Here Now, sacrilegious, I don't know.
Yeah, that's Brie Here Now is pretty good, yeah.
Right? But our staff here has been working on the trophies. And my publisher, Melissa Sanderson, made one that's gold. Her dad made one that's sort of a painted cartoon burger. It looks like something from Bob's Burgers. And Asia, one of our sales folks, did a gorgeous burger that's like when you dream about burgers and the cartoon is over your head, that's the burger she made. Oh. And they're going to be put on these trophies that get to stay at the restaurant until next year when they either keep them or lose them. I know.
Becomes like the Stanley Cup.
It is like the Stanley Cup, except you don't have to drink out of this one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we encourage you maybe not to.
Don't lick the burger. Don't lick the
Lick the
trophy.
burger. Well, not only do we have all of these amazing burgers this week, we still have some amazing content from Mike Kelly to
Yes.
discuss.
I wanted to come back to Mike Kelly for this week and talk about the comb jellies. The title of his washed up column is Magical Comb Jellies. And I think these might be the first thing that I saw online of Mike Kelly's, in the sense that I was on Twitter, I think, at the time, and I saw all these people kept posting, "Hey, Mike Kelly, what is this?" And there were sort of gooey, sludgy looking things, and they were orbs. And I remember him pointing out which was in fact a jellyfish, what is not a jellyfish. And then I stalked him. And I convinced him to go out for coffee with me. And I was like, hey, what about a column about things that you find dead on the beach and that are not, police investigation related? And he was like, sure.
Or Cure songs from the 90s.
He's like, I'd be down, but I'm going to need to make it weird. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't want to do like a straight educational column. And true to his word, I was like, how weird could it be? True to his word, the first story he did was about a kind of a jellyfish looking thing that is clear. It looks like blown glass almost. And it is called a vagina salp. And it is called the vagina salp because of the Latin word for pouch, right? So, and then he thought, to be fair, he found these other things on the beach that he wanted to give a common name to that he called Satan's testicles. And really the column just took off from there. And so we are back talking about jellies, and Satan's testicles do get a mention in this one. But he is talking about comb jellies, which are freaky little jellies that you are definitely going to see when you're walking around on the beaches in Humboldt County. And it just looks like a little blown glass orb. And it's one of those things that you see it and you're just like, really, what even is the ocean? Should we maybe not go in there? It's crazy. But it is a type of jelly, a proper jellyfish jelly, that has about 200 species in the world. And they are these kind of blob bodies, and then he says most of them are bulbous. There's a ribbon-like species in the tropics that reaches about 5 feet long. I don't need to swim with the ribbon-like species in the tropics. But a cool thing is you look at this and you're like, how does that even eat, live, move in the water, etc.? And it has rows of colorful little hairs, cilia, and they kind of do the wave. They beat in sequence is how he describes it. And that's allowing them to swim. And they're really actually quite gorgeous. And when I say, for those of you who are going to look at the paper or look at it online, he describes them as splitting the sunlight like a prism. And so when they're swimming, they make this pulsing rainbow effect. And they have these feathery tentacles on either side, and those are called feeding arms. And instead of a feeding arm that like picks something up like a claw game and then shoves it in its mouth, there are tiny little, I don't know, they kind of move things up slowly across the body. And
he talks plankton eating.
Yes, plankton eating. And they have sticky cells that capture small planktonic animals, and then the arms then carry them to the comb jelly's mouth. And they have population explosions, and then they kind of wash up on the beach. And sometimes if you find something in your fishing gear that is a gooey nightmare, it might be one of these unfortunate comb jellies. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure and give a shout out and remind everybody to flip to the back of the paper. We basically alternate every other week is Barry Evans, and then we have Humboldt Nature column, and then we have Washed Up. But it is always a fun column, and I always enjoy it. I'm occasionally baffled by it, and always a little bit more freaked out by the ocean when I'm done.
And we get to always see what creative juices Mike Kelly's gonna churn about to tell us the educational tidbits.
Yeah, you just do not know what it's going to be. When the column comes in, I'm like, is this the one that gets the letters? Or is it not? We'll see. We'll see.
How often does a biologist get to be so creative? So I think that's lovely.
Yeah, it really is. I enjoy it immensely, and I hope you check it out.
Yeah. And with that, we've got 5 minutes to talk
Oh,
calendar.
good. Yes, and we have a lot happening. This is that thing where we're in the post-summer, but our calendars are busy, right? We're not doing the Reggae on the River kind of festivals, but we are doing the biggest festival on the North Coast, the North Country Fair. North Country Fair, 2 days of crazy. If you are new to Humboldt County, this is a thing that I think is worth seeing. It is probably, I don't know, would you say it's the most arcada thing you're going to see all year?
Just about. I mean, I know most of our longtime locals use it as all of their shopping for the holidays.
That's true. There are, I'm going to say, an estimated zillion vendors around the Arcata Plaza, and that is going to be from September 20th and 21st, 10 to 6. There's tons of music. You get to see Humboldt's niche hobbies, specifically samba. There's a samba parade, and then there is also the all species parade. No dogs at the all species parade. Feels wrong, but I get it. It's necessary. And the all species parade is when people dress up like animals, imaginary creatures, expect giant puppets. Giant puppets. Expect to see that guy who's always on stilts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Humboldt's niche interests really come out to play.
There's also a council member that's also on stilts quite a bit.
That's true. That's true. And it's been going on, I want to say more than 50 years now. And there's lots of interactive art, family activities. Kids love this thing. And it's a zero waste event. So bring your own cup. Be cool. And there are tons of food vendors, and it's a great all day fun thing. If you haven't been meeting up with friends and you've been like, oh, we should get together, North Country Fair is one of those places where you all go meet up and hang out, and it's delightful.
It really is. I mean, you can't miss it.
And if you want a taste of something very not Humboldt, but instead more Bayou vibes, the Swamp Stomp is happening on September 20th from 12:30 to 5:30, and it is a big old Cajun feast. Crawfish boil, and I believe Zydeco, which is the Lost Bayou Ramblers. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Zydeco. Pardon, I don't think, but I do see an accordion. Maybe it's Zydeco. I see an accordion. I feel like it is. I'm gonna make the call. Play some Zydeco, guys.
I don't know how you can not have Zydeco if you're gonna involve crawfish.
Right? If there's crawfish and accordions, it's gotta be.
I mean, I'm not from Nolens, but
right? And also Black Dimples from the Bay Area, and also Barnfire, local band. What's up? They're gonna be there, and one more big event happening that I'll just go over real fast, which is the Tuluwat Island Floating Land of Resilience event, which is at the Daguruloi Cultural Center down in Old Town, which you've walked by a million times at least. And they are going to have all kinds of stuff happening from 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Cultural activities. There's going to be a walking tour, and you get to learn basically everything about Tuluwat Island, its history, its cultural significance. If you feel like that's a place in your knowledge that's missing, this is the time to get it.
definitely. That's definitely one of the best. And thank you so much for all of this, Jennifer. And that wraps up our time for this week. The current edition of the North Coast Journal is available on newsstands tomorrow, or of course you can find it online at northcoastjournal.com. I am Tanya Schrum. Thanks for being with us and staying informed and supportive here on the North Coast.